This is another crazy but true story. Now, I was out of high school in the mid to late 80s, we'll say. I was a high school dropout, and after I dropped out, I still hung out with a lot of my friends from high school. Still, did drugs with them, this, that, and the other. I still surfed, did all that stuff. Well, on this particular occasion, and during this time, I was really into smoking weed and doing LSD. I think my personal belief is that everybody should use a hallucinogen at least once in their life, especially religious people. I think that would get them a little closer to what they're seeking. But anyway, on this particular occasion, this is more of a me saving other people's thing. Of course, it was my fault in the beginning, or partially my fault. I accept responsibility for it. Starts with a friend of mine telling me about a car theft that he'd done. I mean, a car break-in. He didn't steal the car. But they broke into the car and they stole the stereo and they found 2 pounds of meth under the seat. So, I decided I'm going to help him sell it. The problem is that his participation in the break-in wasn't enough to even get him any. So we had to make up a plan to get some of the meth from the dude who actually did most of the work during the break-in. And or the one who found it. I don't know all the details on that. All that was left out. Not my business, so I didn't look into it. But, so we come up with this plan about how we got this guy in Santee. All these guys are from Chula Vista. And I make up this story about how we got this guy in Santee who's wanting to buy it. But he wants to try it out first, all this, And, but he doesn't want to meet anybody else, so I get them to give us a huge amount. I mean, just an outrageous amount of meth. So we take it, and how was that? Well, during this negotiations, of course, all these guys from Chula Vista, they're all gang affiliated. I might have been VCV, I think it was, Vatos Chula Vista. I don't know. I can't remember. It may not have been them. I don't want to drag them into it if they weren't in it. But anyway. Of course, they threaten, if we burn them, this, that, and the other, they'll find us, they're going to kill us, this, that, and the other. Alright. Wasn't the smartest kid in the world coming up, especially in the drug. I lived in San Diego, and San Diego is such a big city, or at least it seems like it. But they, you don't realize how small a town like that actually is until something like this occurs. And you start seeing them everywhere. But a few months go by, nothing happens. Well, I end up hanging out with 2 of my friends from high school. And I was like, hey, you guys want to go do some acid? I know this dude. And he's the dude I did the meth thing with. Well, we go and we head over to dude's house, and we're doing acid, and I don't know, I took probably 4 or 5 hits, so I'm frying pretty good, and they each did a couple. They were frying, that's for damn sure. We didn't mess with any lame acid, and this guy got all his stuff through a dude from Berkeley, and more stuff I didn't need to know. And anyway, we're sitting there, and we're frying out on different things and everything, and all of a sudden, you hear the cars outside pulling up. So we pop off all the lights. And then that's when the dude who did the meth thing with me, he tells me that these guys had showed up the night before, and they're all looking for me. They think I'm the one that burned them. I'm like, oh, damn. That's fucked up. Well, fortunately, Lee kept a shotgun in the house, and he also kept it's a 22 rifle, and it's got like this beehive barrel on the top. It's about that long, or beehive cartridge that holds all the rounds, magazine, and I mean it held like 100 rounds. So he snatches that up, and then he decides he wants a shotgun. So I give him the shotgun, and I head up with that thing. And they're coming in, they're kicking on the doors and stuff, and they know that we're in there and everything. So I tell Lee, I say, Lee, cock that shotgun. He cocks the shotgun, and they kind of, you hear them kind of scurry, but they didn't take off. They just kind of got back away from the door. So I go out through the side yard and kind of outflank them and start, getting to see who all's there. And there's maybe 6-7 dudes out there, 2 carloads. And so I come around the side, and he comes out of the house and goes around the other side, and we kind of flank them and put the old ambush on. We didn't shoot them because none of those dudes had any guns on them. We told them, hey, look, you come around here again, we're gonna kill you. And that was the end of that. So that's a story. It's real. It happened. There's actually 2 of those friends that I know of for a fact are still alive. The 2 that I picked up from high school. My friend who did the meth thing with me, I don't know if he's still alive or not. I haven't been able to find him anywhere on the internet. And every time I go looking for a friend, I find out he's dead. So it's kind of hard to go looking for friends and then find out that they didn't make it, But and a lot of my stories, they're not going to be as hardcore as some of the stuff that people post now and their stories, and that's mainly because I'm not stupid. I know that there's still no statute of limitations on some of the stuff that I've been in and some of the stuff that I've witnessed. I mean, I just actually don't even really want to remember that shit. So anyway, that's my story. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.